This is very graphic. Like, I'm even a little bit disturbed by this. Like, hey guys, my name is Shelby Downey. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you are here, hello and welcome. Today is gonna be another spooky video. I am excited. If you guys have not watched my previous spooky video, do make sure you go check that out. As I said over there, that on Instagram I asked you guys what your favorite myths and legends and all that kind of stuff were, and a lot of you said the Wendigo. So naturally I'm here going to be telling you a story from creepypastas about the Wendigo. Also guys, please can we quickly acknowledge before we get started how long my hair has grown. Like, that makes me happy. Okay, so let's do this. The Wendigo, and it is rated 7.25 out of 10. So it's rated less than the previous one, but I personally rated the previous one less than what it was rated actually on the site, so we'll see. Okay, so the Wendigo. I'm hungry. I don't usually wake up hungry. Usually a post-sleep panic grips my stomach and doesn't let go for 2 to 3 hours. 5 if I was drinking the night before. That's why you should be like me, sober. Even if it was just a little bit, I won't tolerate breakfast. Today was different. I got out of bed and searched the fridge for some eggs. I know I had them, but maybe Frankie made off with a few. After salvaging some from the bottom drawer, I cooked them. I didn't have work anyway, so I had time. Last night Frankie and I went out for dinner for our 6th month anniversary. I was taking her out to a Thai restaurant we love, but she suggested a new one. It's not really Thai Burmese, I think, she said over the phone. It just opened up on Milton Avenue near the Chase. That's not really a busy area though, is it? No, but it'll be quiet and romantic. I could picture her half smile as she said it. Alright, sure, I'll come by at, I looked at the clock, 7? The restaurant was hidden, nearly, between a nail studio with bright pink awnings and a closed Jewish deli. The building was a thin 4-story block without a single light in it. I looked at Frankie. This? She said, somewhat exasperated. She led me down a set of narrow, steep stairs on the left side of the building, over which the words "Po Chop" were written. How do you know that? I asked. Megan's the one who told me about it. She came here last night with Rod. The restaurant itself was warm and comfortable. Soft lights hung on the walls. The floor was cushioned with maroon carpet. Fish tanks stood here and there between a series of 2-person tables. The waiter hurried out to us from the kitchen. "Ah, welcome, sir, madam. Welcome to Po Chop. Please sit." She ushered us to the nearest table. "To drink? You both must be thirsty. You must be hungry. Please." She pushed menus into our hands. "Water's fine for me, thanks," I said, looking at Frankie. 2 waters. I scanned the menu as the waiter bustled off. "That guy's a real go-getter," I smiled. "Shut up," she laughed. "Seriously, don't embarrass me everywhere." Okay, bitch. The waiter rushed back with 2 glasses. "To eat, sir, madam?" I scanned the menu. I don't really... What would you suggest?" So you must try... Guys, what is up with me and choosing stories that I can't pronounce things in? God, like my reading is bad enough. Mohinga. That's what it's gonna be now. Well, you must try mohinga, Burmese national dish, sir. Tender rice and fish soup, onions, garlic, lemongrass, served with minced pork, sir. He smiled, his tongue flicked against his upper lip. That's creepy. "Sure, yeah, I'll have that," I said. Can't pronounce that either, Frankie said without missing a beat. He whipped the menus from our hands. "Excellent," he said loudly, and then hurried back into the kitchen. "A connoisseur, you?" I eyed her and sipped from the glass. It's salad with ginger and beans. I had it once and loved it. It wasn't Thai, but it wasn't bad. The pork definitely had a weird bitterness to it though, but with enough soy sauce it was unnoticeable. Not bad, huh? Frankie said as we mounted the stairs. Exactly. It was not bad. There's bad, and this was not. Come on. Was it at least alright? We should have gone to the Thai place. It was fine. Shut up. I only had 4 eggs left this morning. 4 was all I could find. When I was cooking them, my stomach's growl turned into pains. It hurt so bad. I ate all 4 in under 3 minutes. I shredded cheddar cheese over them and threw in peppers and onions and olives. I inhaled them, threw the napkins down, but I was still hungry. But that didn't make any sense. I should have been at the point of throwing it all up. I looked down at the plate, at the tiny flecks of egg in the corner of the plate. Maybe if I scraped those up, but that wasn't enough. I headed to the couch to let myself digest. Maybe it hasn't hit my stomach yet, and I need to give it a few minutes. Still hungry. Then I feel full enough to put myself back to bed again. I waited and waited. My stomach still growled. 3 hours later, the fridge was empty. Greasy Tupperware lay on the floor, tin foil with burn marks clinging to the rack in my stove. I ate every slice of cheese, meatballs, Dutch chocolate ice cream, whole tomatoes, leftover steak, frozen burgers. Damn. I pulled down a tin of lasagna so hard it flipped and splattered all over the floor. I scooped it up with my hands, shoveled it into my mouth like a fucking animal. But I was still hungry. This guy, geez, like. I stumbled into the bathroom, weak from hunger. Gripping the sink, I looked into the mirror. Somebody had taken my face and was wearing it as a mask. My cheeks hung off the bone. The bags under my eyes had gone from light purple to pitch black. My pupils were pinpricks. The eyes bloodshot. I was bleach white except for the red and brown streaks around my mouth from the pasta and steak sauce. And my hair, was it thinning? Before I had time to take it all in, I got distracted. My lips were red. Very wonderfully red. I licked them. My stomach groaned again. I was drooling. Hello? Hello? It was Frankie. Before I could swing the bathroom door shut, she was there. You know you left your door open, so if I wanted to come in and hack you into pieces, I probably could. She had come around the corner. She dropped a plastic supercart bag and brought up her hands to her mouth. My God, what happened? I don't know. I said, I'm starving. She looked back over at the kitchen and the overturned containers and flecks of food on the counter and floor, at the drawers ripped out of the open fridge. You ate all that? Yes, well, I don't know. Maybe it's food poison. This is the opposite of food poisoning, she sent back. You might have to go see a doctor. But I had remembered something. I remembered the dinner we had last night, the food. Something was not right about the food. The pork. At the thought of the pork, I started salivating. Spit filled my mouth, ran down my chin onto my shirt. What the fuck? I'm not even joking. I'm calling 911. What's Megan's address? What? She stammered. Megan, I roared, fingers tearing at my stomach. She went there to poach up. I need her address. I'm dying. I didn't even realize how close I'd gotten to her. She backed up against the counter, her fingers gripping the edge. I could see the green irises in her wide eyes. I could see her cheeks, her delicious cheeks. She closed her eyes, trying to remember. I stepped towards her, looking at those cheeks, puffing in and out with every heaving breath. If I could just taste. 166 Woodhaven Road. She splattered, opening her eyes. She screamed when she saw my proximity, pushed me hard in the chest, and sprinted out the apartment. I sprinted 4 miles to Megan's apartment. I burst into the lobby, scanned the listing for Connolly, and ran up the stairs 4 at a time to the 3rd floor. "Megan," I bellowed, pounding on the door. "Megan, open up." It had swung open at the first knock. A wave of warm air hit me. It carried a sickling sweet odor of stagnant rotting, of roadkill left in garbage bag. Okay, firstly, how would you know what that smells like? So how would you know what that smells like? Megan, no answer. I stepped into the apartment. All the lights were on though. Megan, I walked down past the kitchen, covering my mouth. Her fridge hung open, empty. Its contents were scattered along every surface. Butter and packets of turkey bacon and yogurts apparently flung at the walls. Pans on the stove full of chicken and rice, sitting in a layer of cold oil. The floor was covered in milk and onions and dressing and broken eggs and blood from roast beef. But that was a lot of blood, and way too dark for beef. Megan, I know you're in here. Let's go. Come out and tell me what the fuck happened. But I had turned the corner in the living room when I registered what I saw. Half screamed and fell back. If I hadn't felt the stench, surely would have knocked me over. Megan was kneeling in the middle on a carpet saturated with blood. Flies numbering in thousands covered the floor, the walls, the TV screen. Everywhere there was blood. The lamp near the window sizzled, the dried blood stuck to it. Rod was on the couch to my right. He was face down, his head torn nearly off, hung off the side of the couch by a flap of his skin. His back was opened up, like somebody had put a shovel in and popped it in both directions. I could see right into the cavity. It was empty except for maybe a piece of his lung. His intestines were clumped at the floor, one long strand still running back inside him like an umbilical cord. This is the gore I wanted. His calves were carved down to the bone. Maggots poked their heads out of the shredded meat on his thighs. The head stared, the upside down, eyeless, lipless thing grinned over at me, still on the floor. I shook. Megan, what did you do? She wasn't listening. She was ripping at the thick hunk of meat in her hands, eating with heavy gruntal sounds. I crawled over. Megan, answer me please. I touched her shoulder. A clawed hand flew up, fingers hooked into the side of my face. "Oh, Megan! It's us!" she shrieked, whipping around onto all fours. Her face was gaunt, hollow, white. "It's us!" She was grinning, slithers of rod hanging between her teeth. She wheezed a laugh, her tiny pupils fixated on me. "Nothing to eat but people. Nothing else will do." Okay, Megan. She laughed again wildly, blood or mucus rattling in her throat. I couldn't answer. I was backing away on all fours. "Why are you on all fours? Fuck!" Scrambling to get away. My eyes looked right into hers. There was a dead animal look in them. My gaze trailed downwards. Her cheeks were gaunt, but still enough meat on there to be pretty good. I stopped thinking. I only watched myself stand up over her, watched myself dive at her hunched body, watched myself pin her to the ground. I felt my mouth open and my teeth sink into the side of her face, closing teeth grinding, her hot blood squirting down my throat. She cried out, grabbing at my arms, my hands. I couldn't have noticed. A tender warm comfort flowed from my mouth onwards as I swallowed. My stomach churned its appreciation. I took another bite. This time I found my way down to her throat. Out of the corner of my eye I could see her molars from the hole that I'd left. As I pulled back, I felt tendons pop, muscles tear. Hot, sticky blood soaked my face. My eyes showered down over me, and I swallowed whole, laughing, giggling, with the feeling of real food, savory, healing meat. yeah, this one's gonna have an age restriction on, because this is some gory shit, man. Damn. Well, I heard Megan gurgle out the hole in her throat. I looked up, closed my eyes, breathed in deep, letting it sink into the room, blood into my lungs. Felt my stomach start working greedily, and the tranquility flooded over me. I fell back next to Megan, who was fingering the hole in her throat feebly, her mouth hanging open. My heartbeat slowed. I felt a soft glow behind my closed eyelids. This is very graphic. Like, I'm even a little bit disturbed by this. Like, this is not okay. I lay there for what felt like years. I felt like my life had been leading up to this one glorious moment. This one feeling of release, like a cyst that had suddenly been drained. I felt like I could die right here, right now, happily. But the glow got dimmer. The light started to fade rapidly. The happiness was leaving me. My breath was becoming shorter. I sat up, seeing the room bathed in blood and the two corpses laying there. I felt something feverish, and I'm hungry again. Okay, so that was very gorish and very detailed and graphic. So I would actually rate that one like an 8 out of 10. That was quite hectic though. If you guys don't know what a Wendigo is, it's basically a creature that humans turn into when we resort to cannibalism. So eating other people. So it's like an ancient myth that if you eat another human being, you turn into a Wendigo creature, and they're often depicted looking like this. How fun! Yay! So that was the Wendigo story from Creepypastas. They are very strange. I kind of love the website, but very strange. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. It really does mean so much to me, and I appreciate it so much. And make sure you like this video if you enjoyed the spook factor and the creepiness and the gore, and leave a comment down below if you believe in the myth of the Wendigo, and make sure to follow me on Instagram. Okay guys, I will see you guys soon, and stay spooky.